Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the red corner, wearing red trunks with black trim, weighing at 208 pounds, from Atlanta, Georgia, with an undefeated record of 24-0 with 20 knockouts. The #1 ranked heavyweight contender of the world, ladies and gentlemen, Evander Real Deal Holyfield. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the blue corner, wearing white trunks, weighing in at 246 pounds, from Columbus, Ohio, with a record of 30 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, with 20 knockouts. The undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, James Buster Douglas.
You want to bring the mic over or not? You want to come or not? All right, here we go. Now, we've already been through the instructions one time in the dressing room. This is for the big championship of the world. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger or his chief second? Any questions from the champion or his chief second? Let's get it on. Here we go.
So up the final instructions from veteran referee Mills Lane and his familiar "Let's get it on." Evander Holyfield is looking to take the heavyweight championship away from James Buster Douglas. Round 1 scheduled for 12. The champion, Douglas in the white trunks. Holyfield, the challenger, #1 heavyweight contender, wearing the red trunks with the black trim. Now, right off the bat, the key could be pace. Holyfield will try to dictate the pace, stay busy, swarm, and if Holyfield can get by Douglas's riveting rights through the early to mid rounds, it could be a telling sign. Then conditioning could take over.
Well, I think in these early rounds, what we want to look for is the battle of the jabs. Douglas has a terrific jab, but see Holyfield, he wants to establish his jab, and that will make Douglas's jab less effective. So that's a key in this first round.
Douglas, much bigger, 38 pounds heavier, 5.5-inch reach advantage. Will try to keep Holyfield on the outside so he can work his jab, left hook, and right uppercut, which was so useful and effective against Mike Tyson. They'll try to keep Holyfield from getting inside where he is so effective with those short, crisp, hard punches. And Holyfield has great hand speed, tries to wear down his opponents with accumulation of punches. Douglas tends to throw fewer punches, but he is very accurate. Holyfield is the busier of the two.
Holyfield putting better combinations together so far in this first round. He seems much looser to me. And you see how he always finishes his combination off with a hook. That's something he doesn't feel Douglas does. And there is that hook after a 2-punch combination for Holyfield.
Holyfield tends to get hit often, but says people think he gets hit harder than he actually does. He told us the only time he was hurt or stunned was against White Kawi in the first meeting and against Carlos De Leon.
There's a counter right hand by Douglas, a key weapon for him. He's trying to find the range. Buster is looking to find the range with the right hand. That's why he's pawing with the jab. Whereas Holyfield's trying to find the range for that left hook.
Holyfield respects Douglas's skills, not overconscious of his size, and is not getting sucked in by Buster's weight problems. But he does question Douglas's intestinal fortitude, which was really illustrated against Tucker in '87.
One of the important things for Holyfield here is he's using the jab a lot, Steve. Can't let it languish out there because Douglas has such a quick right hand.
So a feeling out process here in round 1. And with regard to Buster's stomach, Holyfield's co-trainer Lou Duva said, "I hope there is some food left in the hotel after the fight." Little boxing humor there, ladies and gentlemen.
More Buster Douglas tummy jokes than anything. Big right by Holyfield. Not a huge punch, but you can see he's finding the range with that punch as well as the jab. So this first round, what Holyfield wanted very much.
Evander Holyfield dictating the tempo out of the gate. Final seconds, round 1.
Great three-punch combination by Holyfield.
Man, you boxing beautiful.
Keep it at the right tempo. See, don't get in a fight with him. Just box it, you understand? Just keep him thinking that you're going to raise hell, see? But just keep that left jab going in your combinations, you understand? Keep him on outside. You don't have to go inside yet, right? Because you got plenty of time. Just keep him on outside and keep pot shotting him. I don't want that weight to be laying on you, right? Now you're doing a hell of a good job, right? Now that's operating like a champ. Let's just be very, very, very alert.
Work it.
Right hand.
Work your jab a little more and put a little more heat on it, all right? A little more snap on it, James.
Breathe easy, baby. Breathe easy. Step corner.
All right.
Breathe easy. Relax. Get the flow, Buster. Get the flow.
We head into the second round. They were extremely pleased over in the Evander Holyfield corner.
And you could hear what Georgie Benton was saying. Don't slug with him yet. Keep boxing with him, and also don't get inside because they don't want Douglas laying on him. You see it right there, and that's what I said in the first round. Whoever wins the battle of the jab early is almost sure to win this fight unless Douglas lands one of those super right hands.
And Al, in most cases, when there were big weight disparities in heavyweight championship fights, the smaller fighter has won. And Evander Holyfield hopes that history repeats.
There have only been 5 men who won the heavyweight title over 230 pounds, which is really an astonishing statistic when you think about it.
Of course, Primo Carnera, 270 in 1934.
He's a lineman.
Amazing. Douglas at 246. Holyfield 208. Action in round 2. Both flicking the jab.
They want a very methodical effort from Holyfield, and that's precisely what he's giving them so far. And he has negated Buster's jab at this point. That doesn't mean he will for the rest of the fight, but right now, the Douglas jab is not effective. And there's why, because he's got to worry about Holyfield's own jab.
Co-trainer John Russell of Buster Douglas exhorting Douglas on to give more heat, more snap. Holding and hitting by Buster Douglas, and Mills Lane is right on the scene.
And you saw Douglas as Lane admonishes him for holding, using the uppercut. Both these boxers have a terrific uppercut, and that might be the wild card in this fight, but it's only effective from the inside.
And a heavy left hook there by Evander Holyfield. And a right. That snapped Douglas back.
I think some would be surprised that Holyfield has been hit so little in the first round and a half of this bout.
He's not used to that.
He is not, yeah, that's right. It may screw his game plan up. He is not the quickest starter in boxing. And of course, we also know that his defense has suffered some in the past. But I'll tell you what, I think in his corner, they're thrilled with this kind of methodical effort.
Sometimes Holyfield actually needs to get hit to get the juices flowing.
To really get into a brawl, but I'm not sure at this point they want that in his corner. They want something like this, because they know if this fight gets into 6 or 7, they think their man owns it.
Holyfield does have a monstrous right. Final 20 seconds, round 2. Again, the holding and hitting. Douglas holding with the left, chopping away with the right.
Come on!
Will Mills Lane start taking a point away for the holding by Douglas? He's warned him twice now.
Lane, an authoritative figure. He's a district attorney in Reno.
You might arrest him.
That's better, James. You're starting to get loose now, okay? Come on. You're loosening up. Watch your hands up now. A little more combinations, all right? You gotta stay on the ground. You're not on the ground. Get your butt on the ground. Right here. One more time.
The 3 punch, jab, right hand, stick off. Right there. Right there. You gotta put 3 and 4 punches. You know what I mean? There you go. And
all right.
You feel yourself, champ. You gotta feel yourself.
Off the jab. Every time you hit him in the belly, he's pulling up. He's pulling up. Concentrate, just moving. Go to that belly. Work with belly. You hit him with the right hand, come back with the left hook right into the belly.
Don't stand still too long. Don't stay in one spot too long.
Let's go, champ.
Round 3, it's scheduled for 12. The World Heavyweight Championship. Buster Douglas in the white trunks. Evander Holyfield in the red with the black trim. And so far, it has been mostly Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield told us the other day that if Douglas holds him like he's trying to, he is not going to exert a lot of energy early in the fight trying to get away from him. He'll let the referee do that. Later on in the bout, he said he'll try and really bull Douglas around when he thinks Douglas is tired. It was the first decent right hand from Douglas, but not too much damage.
Douglas perhaps beginning to get loose now. They wanted him to throw more combinations between rounds 2 and 3 from his corner. Meanwhile, Lou Duva was urging Holyfield on to go to the belly.
And there is the left hook underneath. Holyfield's a wonderful body puncher, and that's part of the reason he became cruiserweight champion and has moved ahead so well in the heavyweight ranks.
What a shot by Evander Holyfield. It was a twisting right, and down went Douglas. There's a new heavyweight champion of the world, and his name is Evander Holyfield.
And how much more unlikely could this scenario be? Not Douglas winning early, not Holyfield throwing a left hand. It is, instead of Douglas's right, it's Holyfield's right that creates a one-punch knockout. I don't think anyone would have expected this scenario to come about.
It ends in round 3. Douglas still down. Holyfield being hugged and congratulated. Lou Duva in the center of things. Evander Holyfield is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, I think as we look at Buster Douglas and certainly hope that he will be okay, he didn't have even a chance of getting up. That overhand right just devastated him, and it came, by the way, after Lou Duva urged Holyfield to go to the body, which brought that left hand down from Douglas, and so the overhand right was there for Holyfield. Take a look back at one punch that changes the course of heavyweight history, at least momentarily. Good straight right hand by Holyfield. A counter right hand, no less. Not the kind of a punch that we would expect him to knock Buster Douglas out with. But remember, in that first and second round, he was finding the range for this right. You'll see a lazy left jab by Buster Douglas. Then we'll see another, the uppercut from way back. Well, the primary rule in boxing is you never throw an uppercut from far back. We've seen so many boxers get knocked down from it. And remember, I said earlier, as we look at it again, that Douglas wanted to land the uppercut. That's not the way to throw it. This fight ended because Buster Douglas made a very basic tactical mistake.
Solid flush on the face from overhead. Here comes that monstrous right.
That is as basic a mistake as you can make in boxing, and Buster Douglas did it. I remember other fights, Donald Curry, who'd never been knocked out, trying an uppercut against Jung Suk Wang, of all people, and getting knocked flat on his back. In this case, it's a very important blow because it separates this man from his heavyweight title.
And check out the eyes.
No way Buster Douglas was getting up from this.
Mills Lane counting him out. And let's get the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute and 10 seconds of the third round. And the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Real Deal Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield dictating the pace from the very outset and ended it at 110 of the third round. And a stunned Buster Douglas.
Well, you know what? It was almost a non-performance by him.
Hey, Terry. Hang tight.
Another look at the final punishing blow by Evander Holyfield. Keep your eye on the right hand of the real deal, Evander Holyfield. Buster Douglas never saw it coming. A thunderous shot by Evander Holyfield, and that was his proclamation that not only is he a true heavyweight, he is truly the new heavyweight champion of the world. From another angle, from up above, Any way you look at it, Buster Douglas hitting the canvas. And he never got up. Standing by with the new heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, is our Al Bernstein up in the ring. Al?
Well, thank you, Steve. Evander, I guess this does mean you're a heavyweight, huh?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Christ for the victory. Thank Christ for to have patience and be able to go in and be able to capitalize on the opportunity, because he do said, being patient, you will be awarded.
Well, you were patient and you were awarded. You told us that you're a thinking man's fighter, and you proved it tonight. You boxed well for 2 rounds, and then you took advantage of what was a big mistake of his.
Well, yes, I did. I went out there, and I anticipated him pumping the jab, and I was out there to prove that I did have a better jab. I could hit him with the jab if I wanted to, and he felt that I would be reckless, and I just took my time, did what my corner asked me to do, and of course, like George said, he throws that uppercut, which a lot of times you have to be perfectly still, and I was waiting, and he threw it in the wrong position. I was able to capitalize on it.
He sure did, and let's take a look at it, and you can comment on how he threw it from so far back, and you countered beautifully. Here it comes.
Well, actually, I was jabbing, I was giving my distance, and I carried my right hand in case he tried to come over it, and there he is. He threw that uppercut, and I stepped back, got out of range of him, maybe step in with a short right hand.
Wow, that is a clinic on how to counter an uppercut that's thrown from too far out. Evander, you're now heavyweight champion of the world. Undisputed, as Lou Duva so aptly points out. What's next for you?
Well, actually, I just thank God that I got through that, and I'm just going to go back and enjoy it and take what the Lord has given me and be able to go out and witness to the kids that, to have that positive attitude, because a lot of people felt that I couldn't do it because I was a small man. So with this would, display to the kids that, if you work hard, train hard, and work at anything, you can be successful.
And you were as successful as you could be tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now let's go to Mike Leonard, who is in the dressing room of the former champion.
Buster, you seemed a little tentative at the beginning. Were you?
Well, it just took me time to get off, to get into the groove. He just, he was ready. He came out and he did his job. I commend Evander. Fought a tremendous fight. You live by the sword and you die by the sword.
Sometimes a fighter can see trouble before it happens. They make a move and then leave themselves vulnerable. Did you see anything like that before you got hit?
No, I didn't see anything such as that happening. It was a thing of, I just was out of position and was trying to hit him with a shot, and I just overextended myself, and he caught me with a good shot, and it brought me down.
You were down for quite a long time. There was some concern about an injury.
Oh, it's fine. It's just, I guess it's make sure everything is all right before you get up, Doctor made sure.
And Evander Holyfield is a good fighter?
He's a great fighter. He's a tremendous fighter. That's why I wanted to put my words against his. It was an opportunity for me to, fight a great fighter, and I did.
This is always the worst time to ask about a future, but do you think about that now?
No.
Just going back home?
Yeah. Just regroup and think about things.
Okay, Buster. Thank you very much. Steve?
How about summing things up tonight? A stunner.
Well, it was a stunner, and I'm afraid from the Buster Douglas standpoint, he was a no-show tonight. The weight was 246, questions about how hard he had trained, and I'm afraid he answered those questions. He was never in this fight, and he made a basic boxer's mistake, got hit with a big right hand, and when you're not in great condition, Steve, those are the kind of right hands that knock you out. So I'm not taking away from Evander Holyfield's performance. He was very precise in what he did tonight, and I'll tell you what, he not only proved he's a real heavyweight, he proved he can box when the occasion calls for it.
Where does Holyfield go from here, Al?
Well, he would want to go to see George Foreman, obviously, and the public would like that match. It's an intriguing matchup, and what we saw tonight, in my mind, makes people think, some of the boxing people probably think that Holyfield might even do better against Foreman than some thought, because he showed those boxing skills, and that's what you need to do against a big man like Foreman. Hit him with a lot of punches quickly.